Hi, it's Angel with Mystic Monarch. Today I want to bring a message to those of you that might feel like you're not making progress, that you are in the middle of trying to grow and trying to get somewhere and really wanting to push through a boundary that you kind of feel stuck with. So if that sounds like you and you really have a strong innate desire to move forward because you know and feel that there's something just a little more for you, there's something better for you, whether you have that goal in mind or whether you just need a goal, this message is for you. I feel like right off the bat what they're saying is that change is in the air, but with awakening there must be a space for new things to come into. And sometimes it is hard to have this space when we're really stuck or struggling in a mindset that is slowing us down from fully embracing where we're going. This card here from the Soul Truth deck came out, What If It Isn't True? And it kind of gives me the idea of where we're at. It says, the thing you are telling yourself right now, the concrete reasons why you think you don't belong, you can't do it, you won't get there, you're not enough, or it's not for you. What if it wasn't true? It's time for a soul chat. What if it isn't true? What else might be possible? What lie do I need to let go of to reach my soul's truth? So I'm kind of feeling like what this is telling us is that there's some old beliefs roaming around in the back of your mind that you may or may not be aware of that it's time to do away with. It's time to move on from. And we can dig in and find out what some of those beliefs are. But once you find them, it's time to grab a hold of your destiny, to obliterate the blocks in front of you, to overcome them, and make these things become your biggest strengths. So, what is something that we need to overcome, or something that is blocking being able to feel confident and know that you can have what you want and what you deserve? High Priestess in reverse. Okay, so not trusting our inner voice a little bit here. What other negative beliefs? Oh, the wheel. Okay, feeling like... let's get one more, but I'm thinking that the wheel in this blockage, and then the Ace of Wands in reverse. So we're kind of feeling like, here we go again. It's happening again. This pattern is starting again. You know, we're going around this same old mountain, and we want this new beginning. We want, see the sun is kind of coming up here. Let me give you a better view of this card. This is the Ace of Wands in the Universal Fantasy Tarot. Just a groovy little deck, but generally the Ace of Wands is about a catalyst of sorts. It's like the seed of your passion taking root. It is feeling the new beginning, embracing it, and starting down that path. And since we are reversed here with the High Priestess and feeling the blockage, and we're going through the wheel, and we need to create space for a new awakening, we're not experiencing a lot of trust in our own deep truths, and we're kind of telling ourselves all the reasons why we can't have it. It might even be hard to see where it is that you want to go, or even to know what you want. And honestly, that is not as important as believing that if you know what you want, you can get it. Because once you feel strength and confidence within yourself, and you have that peace that whatever you want to achieve, you can achieve, the want tos are going to come right in line. They're in there. They're just being stifled. So all the things within you that really want to come forward, and the things you're made of that you really want to create in this world, whether that be a relationship or a better relationship with someone, friends, family, romantic, doesn't matter, the job that you want, the painting you want to make, whatever it is, knowing that you can accomplish it gives it an environment and creates a space for this to come out of you. If you don't have faith in yourself, you're kind of blocking that part of you that communicates these truths, that really fires you up and speaks to you. And that can happen for a lot of reasons, but If you're not feeling up to the challenge because of lies you've been taught to believe, sometimes your seeds stay underground and you don't really know what's under there because you're not giving it sun and water to grow. And it's a lot easier for your soul to just deny the existence of these desires and these passions rather than to acknowledge them and squash them. So we just kind of live in this kind of zombie world where we go with the flow and we keep going around the circle and we don't really make a change. We don't really see our way out. We don't really see the next step because why would we when we don't believe it can happen? So what I want to do here is pull some empowerment. So what is this process? Why can't we hear ourselves? And what is the idea we want to awaken to and bring forward? Where should we go with this? You know, I think we should start with more, what are these lies you're telling yourself? Let's take a look at some of these dragon cards. Let me show you, in case you want to be interested in decks. The Oracle of Dragon Fae by Lucy Cavendish. Let's see what we got here. What are some messages that we're telling ourselves that are blocking our progress? Because I value your time and appreciate you spending it with me, I'm going to go ahead and skip forward for a lot of the shuffling until the cards come out and come back to you when I have the messages ready. Okay, so we have the Dawn Watcher, Bells Will Ring. This card is also about dawn, and we had the spiritual awakening and the Ace of Wands here. And I feel like this card is really going to go with our listener card, but all by itself, it means that right now you are experiencing little nudges, like just the first rays are starting to come over the hill, that you are anticipating something. You can feel it coming, and you need to know that you're not all alone in the world. You are part of an intricate gathering of souls and beings and creation and stardust and all of the animals. Like everything is connected, and you are a part of the whole thing. You are one piece in the whole of the cosmos. And so you can't possibly be alone. The Dawn Watcher is telling you that you are going to know. You don't have to worry about making a wrong step because you can trust your intuition and you can know that you're not alone in this world and that there are signs and there is a power within you that is connected to all the things around you, and it makes you part of the whole. And that connection is your premonition, your instincts, your gut will talk to you. And it's saying right now that there's something coming, that the rays of dawn are just starting to appear on the horizon, and something new is coming. And you need to prepare for this by allowing a space for change and allowing yourself the space to breathe and believe that things can be different. I'm going to point out here, I'm going to say that the Dawn Watcher and the listener here, and then regarding the Ace of Wands and awakening, there's a lot of noise in your mind, and it drowns out the truth your soul knows. And sometimes there's worry, sometimes there's drudgery in the mundane. Sometimes we just don't know there's a message for us, so we don't take the time to listen because we don't believe that there's anything for us. But the truth is that wisdom is built into the fabric of nature all around us. And you may not see it on the surface, but it is always resonating within you with that thread that runs to the web that connects us all. And that thread offers little vibrations that can guide us and teach us and bring us to opening up to something more. In order to do that, we have to be willing to still and quiet the negative voices, the fears and the worries in our minds, and just breathe. To just sit in the quiet and let anything else swirl around you, but But find that little thread and just hold on to that, because you'll begin to sense the vibrations of what your true highest self wants to bring forward. Let's get a few more cards here. What is a message that our true selves wants to bring forward to us to help heal the wounds that have kept us deaf to our purpose? You'll be amazed what you can attract after you start believing in what you deserve. Okay, well, that's confirmation there. The pain that you've been feeling cannot compare to the joy that is coming. We got another dawn there. Oh, we've got a bunch of cards here. I'll just let you have them all because these are great little messages. Today, try not to fight the waves of emotions, but let them flow over you. It will soon be calm again. Okay, so right here we've got this message that you can't change your feelings. They can only be acknowledged and accepted and allowed to pass through you and serve their purpose. You need to maybe think about creating a space that you can honor how you feel instead of just think it is your punishment or your prison. But you have to feel this way and go through these things, and that's just how life is, because that is a lie. And your feelings are trying to tell you something. They're there to serve you. And if you are upset or sad or hurt or angry or uncomfortable, they are pointing you to a greater truth that is where your power lies, to make a difference and a change in your life, to create space for a new awakening. Here we go. Like wildflowers, you must allow yourself to grow in all the places people thought you never would. So maybe you get some negative messages around you, or people don't want to give you the space or the honor of feeling how you feel. And you know, whatever it takes to get time to yourself, just to acknowledge yourself and say, you know, I'm worthy, I'm worth, you know, you have to think you're worth something before other people will understand it sometimes. And even if they can't, that's not your problem. But if you don't understand what you're worth, people can treat you however they want to treat you, and you've given your power away. And your value is not based on whether you believe you have it or whether anyone else validates it. So don't let other people determine your value, and don't agree with other people that don't think you're worthy of attention and care, because you are the final say in that. And if you decide, I have a right to be here, I'm sacred, I'm real, and I want to be honest, and other people can't accept that, maybe they don't need to be taking up your time. Here we go. Oh, elephants are my favorite. Be who you are and say what you feel. Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Exactly. Yeah, that about sums that up. So one of the things we can heal about telling ourselves the truth is that we matter, and it doesn't matter if anyone else agrees with that, because true is true, whether you believe it or not. And truth is, you deserve to be here, just like everyone else. God is saying to you tonight, get some rest. That stressful situation is in my hands now. So maybe there's some things that you're worried about that go beyond just how you feel, but you're maybe trapped in a situation, or someone you know is in a difficult situation, and you don't feel like there's anything you could really do about it. But you're not alone, and you can release this to whatever higher power you believe in, that higher vibration that is part of our best good can handle it. And when you release it, you can feel the peace that the source of all things has the intention of greatest love. And when we can really release that and believe that it can change and something better is coming, that we can trust ourselves to be able to handle what the moment will bring when the time is right, because we have the truth within us, we will begin to create a space that change can come. When we make a place for new thoughts and don't keep going around and around in our minds on the hamster wheel, we can create space in the silence for new light to come in. But we have to let go of all of the things that are filling up our cup, and all of the tempest in a teacup, all of the things that are creating chaos and anxiety in our mind. And we have to put them down for a moment at least and breathe. They're still going to be there later if you choose to pick them back up. But for now, just lay them down and breathe and wait. Wait in the silence for peace to come. And if you're still struggling in the silence for the peace to come, actually acknowledge to yourself, or speak out loud if you can, that you will give these issues over in faith to love, so that they can be cared for in a manner even better than what we could hope or dream. This card keeps showing itself to me. So I would like my life to be a statement of love and compassion, and where it is not, that's where the work lies, by Ram Dass. What are some things that can bring hope? What are some things that we can gravitate toward that will help us find the peace? Ace of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Okay, so we need to stop thinking about and believing and letting our first core belief be that we are less than, rejected, or not worthy of what we would hope for our best friend or our greatest love, because the compassion you give to others is always much easier, but we can learn to give at least that much compassion to ourselves. If you feel that others deserve good things in life, and you can't accept that you yourself also do, you see the disconnect here? Stop trying to balance two beliefs. One, that we're all worthy of love and that everyone deserves all the good things that you believe that people that you love deserve, and that we don't deserve it. You can't balance those two beliefs. It's really important that you understand you are also a spiritual being having an experience, and that you have all the same rights and desires and hopes that everyone does, and you have a right, look at the dawn again, to go through this door and to see your hopes arise, and to see the manifestation of all the things that you love in this life to grow. So stop believing it's not for you. This comes down to your core beliefs. And so if you're sitting there throughout the day and you suddenly go, you know, I really wish I had this, or could do that, or could speak to whomever, or felt this way, stop right there and ask yourself, why do I believe I can't? What if it's not true? What if that is for me? What if the reason I want that is because it's for me, and there's lies in me that I've internalized that are blocking me, but the only reason they're blocking me is because I believe them. And if you change that belief, you can attract to you all of your heart's desires. The gates of triumph are waiting for you. You just have to learn to trust that within you is the power, is the creative juice of the universe that you were made from. And the evidence of that is that you are here. You could not exist apart from that, and it is available to you, within you, from you, through you. You just have to tap into it, High Priestess, and believe it's available, and you will start to feel it come alive in you. I really want to find the book for this and read it to you, because this book is beautiful. Your Heart Knows the Way. It is gorgeous. I'm just going to read it to you because they're quick and they're lovely. It is impossible to see another human being as a monster and not simultaneously give away your own power. What do you gain from judging others? Does it make you right to make another person wrong? The faults of others are tempting distractions from your own self-imposed limitations. How easy it is to see the flaws in someone else. This card reminds you that when you judge others, you're judging yourself. What you dislike in them is what you dislike in you. What you fear in them is what you reject in you. Your tolerance of them shows the lies you've believed about you. In your rejection of yourself, you've tried to make others wrong. Yet every dagger you throw at someone else stabs you in the back. This is why you feel guilt amidst your righteous attacks. Today, release the judgments you've placed on others and return your gaze to yourself. When you feel compelled to condemn someone, ask, what about me do I dislike? Which of my actions make me cringe with shame? Be honest about this exploration, and when you discover the answers you seek, release yourself from this judgment. Have compassion for yourself and for others today, and take back the power you've forsaken. Wow, okay. A lot of times when we have been beaten down by the world and some of the thoughtless people in it, we not just internalize their negative messages to us and hear them as our own voice, but because they sound like us, we apply them to everyone else in our world. And when we're holding ourselves and others to an account of a small broken heart that echoes in your mind from your past, nobody's getting a fair shake. And to the extent that you hold others to that code, you are a prisoner of it as well. I feel like maybe we should pull a blind spot oracle. These cards have sigil pictures on them. It's kind of a different deck. It's by Teal Swan. It's really a hard-hitting, deep truth, face your shadow work kind of deck, and I feel like there's a message in here to help with this. Compassion is your freedom card. And I'm going to pause here and grab the book for you. Alright, so our messages here from the Blind Spot Oracle are that there is a phenomenon at work with our emotions being confused, and our compass kind of has been messed with a little bit. So our emotional programming and some of the lies we've believed about our value and what is true for us and what we can accomplish, sometimes they create a polarity within you, and so you try to be the opposite and separate yourself from that feeling. Naturally, we push away other people that are experiencing those emotions, and we judge them, so that creates a boundary between us and that uncomfortable experience. So, for example, if someone had an issue with anger and was really taught that that's not an acceptable feeling to have or express, they would maybe judge others that get angry and avoid that situation, and then try to be the nicest, most forgiving person possible to distance yourself from that negative feeling. And the truth is that we need to create a space and have balance for our feelings to tell us the truth and to let them reveal to us what we need to know so that we can grow. And the pattern will continue and go on this way until we really sit in that uncomfortable emotion and embrace ourselves and say it's okay to feel. There is no such thing as a wrong feeling, but what is it trying to tell me? Is it possible that this is pointing out to me something that I can change to gain some more of my personal power back? So in the anger example, maybe think about the last time you got upset with someone for behaving or feeling a certain thing or something that you really hate, like perhaps, trigger warning, perhaps someone was abused as a child, a son by their father, and so they hated that to the point where then they grow up and they hate gay people because that is such a negative association that they then go and become a priest, or they do the exact opposite, or they put on a mask for the world that's the opposite, but then they've got this huge dichotomy juggling within them that it brings stress and you can't move forward if you're blocked and tied up like that. So that's just one example. But if you find that you're judgmental toward a certain group of people or a certain experience, maybe that's a good indicator of where to start. Why does that make you uncomfortable? Why is that a trigger zone for you? And that is the doorway to freedom. All of those little trigger spots are your power places that you can come to and, kind of untangle that. And if you need to get help with that, get help with that. There are counselors. I offer transformational coaching. You might have a best friend or an auntie or an elder you can talk to, whoever it is, whether it's even YouTube videos with self-help people, whatever it is. take the time to really honor that and understand where it comes from, and know that sometimes there's ice on the surface of the lake, and the ice is the false emotions you've trained to cover the uncomfortable ones, and that if you sit with them and experience them, they will begin to melt, and your truth will be able to come up from like the water in the lake below that. And it's a difficult thing to do that shadow work, but that is where your freedom lies. That is where the door to your awakening and the change and the growth can come in. You can't take the old life with you into the new life, because it would just be the same life. So if you really want to move forward toward what's meant for you and really reconnect with your passion and feel confidence and hope that you can attain and have in this life what you may not even know you want, or what you do know you want. You know, once you believe, after you start believing in what you deserve, everything changes, and the paradigm shift will affect everything around you and attract into your life the good things that are being pushed away behind the door you've closed of feeling the uncomfortable things. So you can open that door and step into a new reality, into a new life, and feel much more rewarded. Because how are you going to be happy if you don't think you can have anything that's for you? How can you dream about things for you if you don't believe you can have them? It's time to obliterate that and blow it away, and just let it die and pass away from you, and step into your beauty, your worth, your value as a living, breathing seed of love. Okay. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. I mean, what more can you say, right? There it is. And there's usually art on the back of these. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Okay. I'm also seeing some romance cards coming out here. The key to a better relationship with your mate is also to not hold them to these standards that you shouldn't have been taught in the first place, but to give not just yourself, but it's entangled together how you judge yourself and others, but to bring that cohesive awareness and acceptance, to not just allow yourself to feel what you need to feel, but to allow others to feel what they need to feel, and to give each other the space to really live in that place of awareness, so that you can both have freedom. Because if we're uncomfortable with certain feelings, other people don't feel safe to have them around us, and it triggers us, and we believe they mean something they don't when they're experiencing those emotions. And so to clear that up means that we will be able to see them differently and offer them something different, and that brings healing to a relationship as well. This works with children especially, and with partners, but it will affect every area in your life, every inch of ground you can take back from the lies, and to bring honor to yourself, because you can hear your truth better if you're willing to be honest and listen to all the emotions like rocks that have been dumped in that well. They cap the well, and in that is the water of life. So you have to be willing to make space for hope. Give yourself space to grieve, or to really examine what these negative beliefs are and diffuse them, so that you can embrace freedom and move forward full bore with all your purpose, with all your power behind you. When you do this, what are the good things you can expect? Wow. What you can expect is, this is Judgment and this is the Tower. The Tower is often scary to people, but you can see the two horses down here. Well, not horses, but in most decks, horses of the Chariot. And this breaking of the mask, I don't know if you can see that. And the tower moment is not always everything falling apart, but the truth is we want all these masks to fall apart so we can see clearly. We want this bolt of lightning, this aha, this breakthrough. We want to tear down this tower that we've been imprisoned in, and we want to charge forward and be free from that. And this judgment card with it, which is one card before this wheel, which means we can change this pattern, is a confirmation that you are going to break free from this, that you're going to have healing, that you're going to step into a new life. And you're going to see change, and you're going to see victory, and you're going to feel more at peace in your soul without all these rocks in your well, so that you can always dip in and bring up that water of peace and light and knowledge and instincts and confidence in yourself, so that you can have faith and trust in yourself to be able to handle whatever comes to you and make something beautiful out of it. This is where I'm going to leave it. I hope this was in some way helpful. Please comment and let me know how this applies to you so I can be a better reader and maybe connect with you a little bit. I offer personal readings. You can message me on Facebook. The details are down below. Please subscribe. It helps a lot. And if you have ideas for other video topics or things that you'd like to hear about, please let me know. I would love to do a video for you guys. I am sending you all my love and all my hope and the best wishes for you to have victory in your life and experience all the love you deserve. Thanks for being with me.